cameras, right?
Yeah, you thought me, surely.
We don't look at each other.
Welcome again. I'm Paul Hawking, Vic University, and I'm very fortunate today to have Ray Wang here from America, who's just flown in this morning. Welcome to Australia, Ray.
Thanks a lot, Paul. It's been quite a flight. I came in from New York, but I love Sydney, so.
Now, Ray, when we heard you or asked you to come to the summit, I was very excited because it's very hard to avoid the name Ray Wang in the SAP world.
Well, thank you. We've had a lot of experiences doing contract negotiations, looking at the SAP strategy, and in different roles.
So, contract negotiations, explain a little bit to me about what happens in that, or your role your company does.
Well, one of the things that we do is we specialize on software contract negotiations. And as you can imagine, every company is up against the large legal teams, the large experts on the SAP end, and what we try to do is even the playing field. So we help anything with understanding a renegotiation project, with maintenance, thinking about how to do the first purchase with SAP, and even how to extend and optimize your SAP environments.
So I'm just thinking from SAP's perspective, good and bad. Good in terms of helping companies understand, work their way through the minefield. Bad in terms of identifying where the actual mines are.
I'm sure my picture is on some dartboards somewhere in some offices, but yes, what we try to do is educate our customers and clients to align what they're doing with their business strategy, get the most out of SAP, and then think about how they contract against that. Because when you buy software, this is like a long-term partnership and a marriage, and you want to make sure you cover all the different areas.
And I think what I've seen is some companies see SAP as a differentiator and want to position it properly. Other companies just see it as infrastructure and just want to reduce costs and stuff like that. So to have a map in front of them would be probably very advantageous for them.
It is, and one of the secrets to effective contract negotiations is understanding the SAP roadmap, trying to align that with what your businesses want to do, and then putting in the contract provisions to help you get there.
Just understanding SAP terms would be a good starting point.
It would be. Sometimes trying to understand what they have in the roadmap, what their licensing terms are, that can be a bit confusing, but they've been working to improve that.
All right, so there's a number of things coming out in the SAP world at the moment, and you're presenting on cloud at this event, some cloud concepts and that. What are you seeing happening in that space at the moment?
Cloud is picking up. It is beyond a buzzword, but I think cloud strategies are really important, but you have to figure out what's right for your company and where you are in your business model. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in our keynote today. Because
one of the things I see about cloud is that it's a term that everybody's hijacked at the moment. It seems to be describing everything and anything.
It is unfortunately being abused and being replaced. It is as bad as the word social. So we run around joking about there's a social cloud mobile solution out there for someone.
You're kidding. Yes, it's. I saw Larry Ellison at one stage debunking cloud, and then next minute they bought Sun, and he said it was the most important thing out there. So.
It is.
So you're also working in relation to CRM. What are you doing in that space?
Well, one of the things that's happening in CRM is we're taking these social networking technologies, people that are on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and what's happened is the customers have moved away from the organizations. In fact, organizations don't know how to reach and influence their customers anymore. And so if you can tie these new social networking areas, bring that approach back into traditional CRM approaches of sales, marketing, service, and then open up a whole set of new areas like innovation, collaboration, and customer experience, you have an opportunity to come back and re-engage customers, rebuild that trust, and then hopefully not control the message, but at least influence.
So is that sort of justify SAP's investment in LinkedIn?
I think it's one of many investments SAP will make in the future in social. They see that as an important area for future investment. It's really about whether the customer base is ready to move as well.
Yeah, look, I noticed that they've released Streamworks recently, which we've been using, and it seems a good value proposition. Companies just need to work out how to use it. That's the problem.
It is, and collaboration is not something you can force upon people. It's a cultural issue. As you know, it's about process, it's about organizational change, and then the technology just enables it.
So are you seeing many companies going that step further from CRM and social networking, or are they still at the CRM transaction level?
I think, unfortunately, the problem with CRM, well, the reason we have social CRM today is because if you look at the acronyms of CR and M, we did a really good job with management, which is the transaction level you're talking about. We barely touched the customer level, and we didn't even work on the relationship. So I think we've got a while to go. And if you look even within the SAP base, all the people who bought CRM that haven't deployed, that's
Yeah.
Quite a huge number.
Yes, it seems to have slowed down a bit, the CRM push at the moment, and I don't doubt it's still important, but I just think there's so many other messages out there at the moment. And
It is. Companies are facing a number of challenges, really around operational efficiency, driving costs, trying to do more with less, and the role of the CIO in IT has been shifting, as you know. So.
yeah. Look, SAP had their value engineering, which was a good idea, but that seems to have slowed up a bit in recent times. We don't see as much, even though I think Coca-Cola Amatil are doing a presentation here at the event about being involved in the value engineering project.
You know, there actually is a lot of value in the value engineering program. One of the things that customers gain is the benchmarking capabilities,
Yes.
and I see that as one of the differentiators to help companies take it to the next level. But as you know, there are multiple types of CIOs that are emerging. There are the chief information officers that are managing these large-scale SAP projects, and they're still trying to manage to a cost structure.
Yes.
And we have the chief innovation officers that are popping up that are business savvy CIOs or IT educated business leaders that are coming and saying, how do we innovate? How do we take advantage of all this great technology?
And there's certainly lots of opportunities there, but the problem is just understanding. And I think that I saw one of the slides from SAP where they actually had the biggest bang for your bucks in terms of innovation and with applications they have, which was very brave from SAP saying, put your efforts here, and that's where the innovation will possibly happen.
I think we're going to get a sneak peek in the next keynote session with Jeff Word. I'm really excited to see what kind of innovations they've harnessed, but it is one of those things where innovation also has to match your business model.
Yes.
And that's a critical piece. If your business model is not geared towards that set of innovation, you're also going to fail. So it's both the technologies that are available to you and, more importantly, your business model and business processes you want to support.
The one thing which hasn't been taken up too much by Australian companies is the benchmarking, which is promoted by the American User Group and then supported by SAP. We've rolled out the HR benchmarking in Australia, but I don't think there's too many other people who realise the opportunities there from those benchmarking studies.
You know, that's the power of the user group. User group members should take advantage of these benchmarking initiatives, take advantage of some of the first opportunities to kind of share and compare best practices. That's one of the things that I strongly believe in. This is why we spend a lot of time working with different user groups, because otherwise, what's the value without that community?
I definitely agree, and the community can be very strong, and the benchmarking is a perfect opportunity for this, and it's free. That's the important thing about that.
There is nothing wrong with free. You should definitely go for that. So.
On that, Ray, I'd like to thank you very much for your time. I'm looking forward to your presentation, and thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
Thank you.